a meeting with the trade union president Jitendra Awad, the striking union IPG has once again made it clear that they will continue to be on strike. Now the strike at Air India enters its third day. Let's get in a word from Tausif Muqaddam. Captain Muqaddam, tell me, what is it that you really demand? Because again, the management has made it clear that they are open for talks. Ajit Singh, in a statement given to the media, said yesterday that he only is waiting for a call from you guys. Where is this crossfire not ending?
Let me just clarify. We keep getting messages through the media that the management and the ministry are willing for talks. On Tuesday, the Chief Labour Commissioner in Delhi called for a conciliation meeting between management and the IPG. When we went there, the stand of the management to the Labour Commissioner was that they will not talk to the IPG because the IPG is de-recognized. So therefore, if the Honourable Minister wants to speak to 500 individually, we would like to know the time and the place, and we will come there in a group of 550 pilots.
This is not the first time that Air India is facing a strike. This is not the first time that Air India management had to resort to stringent measures like de-recognizing a union. If I had to count your demands on my fingertips, what are these demands and what will really get you to the table for talks?
Firstly, like you said, Air India has had strikes before. Therefore, this is a question for the management to answer. That have they been able to manage the issues of the employees successfully over the last 5-10 years? Perhaps not. So this is a failure of the management that repeatedly they're facing strikes. With respect to our demands, you see, this merger has happened in 2007. When the merger happened, the government gave an undertaking that all the contracts of all the employees would be honored. In the last 5 years, the only thing we've seen is violations of contracts. The 787 issue was perhaps the last straw, but the management has been continuously violating our contracts for the last 5 years. And in spite of that, the pilots have not agitated. The IPG has not agitated since the last 10 years. So this is the first time that the IPG pilots have resorted to an agitation. The issue here is so serious as it affects the career progression of 400 pilots. The decision the management is taking now will adversely affect the careers of these pilots for the next 20 to 25 years. That's the reason why people have resorted to this strike.
It was an apex court's decision after which the management decided to impart equal training to both members of the ICPA and IPG. Even after that, if you feel that the management is being partial, so are you saying that our ICPA is being given undue advantage when it comes to training over the Dreamliner?
I would think so. If you look at the facts on the ground, the career progression of an erstwhile Air India pilot takes nearly 10 years, whereas the career progression of an erstwhile Indian Airlines pilot takes half the time. This is just another example of the management favoring one group of employees over the other. It is this attitude of the management that has resulted in division amongst the employees. As a result, the frequent strikes.
So Tausif, as of now, the crossfire continues between management and the Civil Aviation Ministry on one side and the pilot union on the other. But in the end, it's the passengers who now and again, every time, who are being inconvenienced. Even today we saw there was ruckus at the airport because there was no staff or any communication from the airline, any word for the passengers.
We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience that we've caused to passengers as a result of this agitation. But what I'd like people to understand is that the IPG pilots and Air India employees in general have been working without salaries for the last 4 months. In spite of not getting paid, we have continued to operate flights. The only reason for that is the passengers should not be inconvenienced, and we would want the airline to survive in the long run. So therefore, the current situation is because the management has taken some decisions which adversely affect the careers of 400 pilots, which will affect them for the next 25 years.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So this was the Joint Secretary of the IPG making it very clear that even though it is the decision of their life and death of their careers, they will continue to strike, although they apologize for the inconvenience caused to passengers. With camera person Prakash, this is Meghan in Mumbai for Headlines Today.